Okay, there's often an argument about whether or not you should clean coins or not. So I'm of the mind that if they're your coins and you're not going to do anything with them and you want them to look good, then by all means have a go at cleaning them. So this experiment, and it is an experiment, is to see what happens when you do clean coins. So I'm going to be as thorough as I can. Today I'm going to use this brasso, and it says here that it's metal polish for longer lasting shine and excellent results on brass, copper, stainless steel and chrome. Okay, so that's the product I'm using. This is what I'm going to be cleaning. I've got here two sets of decimal coins that I've taken out their folders. Okay, and you can see that they're pretty tarnished. They're not the worst condition coins, but if you wanted to have them to look at, to display, that's probably not the best look. So that's set A, and I'm going to use set A as basically the test. I'm not going to clean them. Those are the ones that I'm going to do a comparison with. Set B is a much grubbier set, so I think it's fair that I try cleaning those. And you can see that they're pretty tarnished. I might also have a go at cleaning the packaging that they're in. Okay, so there it is. So for now, I will put those to one side, and this is the set that we're going to be working on. First thing then, let's take them all out. Can't do any damage. They're all pretty grubby. Now, as I said, I'm going to be using brasso, but I don't really want to be dipping into the tin or tipping it, otherwise I'll have a mess everywhere. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the brasso, which I've given a thorough shake, into this dish here to use. And I'm going to start off by applying the brasso to the coins. Okay, start with the 2p, making sure that you do front and back, and really working it in to try and lift the dirt. And you'll already see that there is green and muck coming off the coin. Oops, there. Okay, this is going to need several applications, but this is the first of those. And already I think you can just start to see the Queen's head coming out of there. I'm going to do this in real time so that you can see how long it takes. Okay, so that's a first application on the 2p. Same with the 1p. Now I'm using these coins, as I say, they're pretty cheap. They're the 1971 circulation of the coin that were given to schools. I was lucky enough to get hold of 10 of these for about a tenner. They can go for up to £2, £3, £4 on eBay, but 10 for a tenner, there's no harm in having a play with them. So absolutely rub it in. Don't want to damage the coin, which is why I'm using soft cotton buds. Okay, and as I say, it's going to take several applications. I do not expect to bring this all up on the first application, but this is just so that the stuff can start to work on it. And again, don't forget the rim. Not much point having a clean face and reverse if the rim is still black. Okay, just hope the video is picking this up. And again with a half P piece. They tend to be grubbiest, and you'll notice this if any of you are coin collectors. They're grubbiest around the lettering, aren't they? And in the grooves around the symbols, such as the Queen's head or whatever is on the reverse. So pay a bit of time, concentrate on those, get round the rims, just to let this stuff do its magic. Okay. We're just going to let that dry. You can see the muck that's fallen on the paper there. Just get that up, don't I? Okay. Use another cotton bud now. We don't want to put the muck off them straight onto the silver. Now these coins, the early decimal 10p's, and this one here is dated 1968, so the very first one. They were made in a kind of a matte finish anyway. They're not shiny like a proof coin, but they are prone to getting dirty and tarnish. And I'm hoping, and it's a first for me to use brasso on anything like this, that this might have a similar effect. It says it works on steel and chrome. Well, of course these are cupro-nickel, but let's give it a shot anyway. And of course a milled edge on these. Okay, so that's the first coat, and again with the 5p. They don't actually look too bad, the silvery coins, but they could do with a clean. Alright, so that's the first application. Now while it's just drying, take a bit of kitchen roll and just work into the coin like this, between thumb and forefinger. Okay, and you can see that that's lifting off. I'm not going to wash them just yet, and I'm going to have a couple of applications first. But already with the brasso, you can see that that coin is coming up very nicely. It's by no means finished, but already we've got rid of, I would say, 80 to 90% of the ingrained dirt and tarnishing. And what this does with this first application, it highlights those areas that need a bit more attention. And in the case of the penny, you can really see how dark it is. Whoops, you can see how dark it is around the writing, the lettering around the edge. So that's going to need a bit of work. And with a halfpenny, or a halfpence, exactly the same. And there we have it. They're already looking considerably better, but still a way to go. Do the 10p next. I don't want to do too much on these silver coins. As I say, they don't look too bad, and it's really taking off the sweat and finger marks from the 1970s more than anything else. They're a matte finish, they're never going to shine, but they're already looking much better. Now for those purists out there who are currently pulling out their hair and swearing at me, I wouldn't encourage this for a proof coin. I wouldn't encourage this for a coin of any value. Collectors will tell you that actually you're losing value by cleaning them. Quite how, I don't know, but I'm sure someone will go into detail to explain that to me. But just for your collection, have a clean. Make them look nice. Okay, so again, this time another application to the 2p. I'm using a clean cotton bud, but look, there's still green coming off there. It shows just how ingrained they are, how mildewed they are. It's not mildewed, how tarnished they are. And again, work it into the edges. Of the coin to really lift off that ingrained tarnish. Okay, now I'm not scratching these coins. You might think, oh my god, bits of dust, bits of crap, but actually that looks as new as if it had just come out. An uncirculated condition, you could say. Put it back. Bit more focus on the 1p around the edges. They're black. Never going to get it to how it was, but you can make a big difference and get it pretty close. Bear in mind that these coins now, how old? 50 years? 51? 52 in some cases. you would expect them to tarnish over that period, although these, because they're not in protective capsules and are simply being in that plastic wallet, they've tarnished considerably more than had they been better protected. Some people advocate putting those little satchels in there that come with shoes and clothes, etc., which I think is a good idea. It just keeps them dry and stops any moisture getting in there and starting the process of tarnishing. Okay, already looking better there. And see, as I say, the state of the cotton bud, but for what we're doing, I'm not going to change it. Alright, now that's the polish on. It's actually an abrasive product, brasso. It's a bit like tea cutting your car to a degree, and you can imagine that that takes the paint off, a little bit of paint. Well, the argument is that this will take a little bit of the copper brass off the surface, and exactly the reason you would not want to fool around with a proof coin. Okay, so there they are. Right, the next part of this, and I will switch the camera off here, you'll have to allow 30 seconds. I'm just going to run these under a tap with some liquid soap, wash off all the muck, and then I'll bring them back here and we'll have a go at polishing them. Okay, here I am back. I'll just change that now, it's looking a bit grotty. Put some clean tissue down, I'll put them on there, they're still wet, and you can see they're looking a lot better, not perfect, but the next step then is to dry them off, not polish them, just dry them off between thumb and forefinger with a bit of soft tissue. Put them down, and they're looking brilliant. I mean, you can see the difference with that 2p almost straight away there. Okay, again with the 1p. Now the reason that I've washed them in soap and water and then rinsed them thoroughly through is to make sure that I've got all the brasso off the coins. What we don't want is that to continue working into the metal, eating away at it, and causing damage to the coins. Corrosive damage. Okay, so there they are, they're spotless, nice and clean. Next step, take something like I've got here, which is a lens cleaner just off a pair of spectacles. They may come with sunglasses and probably never get used, but these are perfect. They're lovely and soft, and will really shine these up. So we'll take the 2p first, face down, just rub it like that, and any black that's left in there will come off onto the cloth, and I think you can see that now. Look at that. See, that's. But look at the coin. Unblemished, absolutely beautiful. Bit of a clean space. Do the same on the reverse. Okay, and around the edges, and then put it between your thumb and forefinger. Sorry, find a clean bit, put it between your thumb and forefinger, rub it through, because now we're at the finished product. That's what your 2p should now be looking like. Okay, absolutely nothing wrong with it. Not perfect, not bunk, but as close as you're ever going to be likely to get it. You could try the whole process again if you wanted to try and get a little bit more off, but as a presentation piece, that looks pretty good to me. Same with the penny. Start off with the rubbing the face into it, get the black out of it. Turn it round, do the same again. And you can see the colour coming, the muck coming off onto that cloth, but the coin itself almost pristine. And then again on between thumb and forefinger, just to get your sticky finger marks off. And there it is. With the penny, I can see that there's probably still a way to go with that. Okay, again, the halfpenny doesn't need quite so much, only a small coin, don't want to rub it down. Okay, and again, now looks like the day it was minted. £10p, same again. Let's see if any black does come off these, because it may not have the same effect as a copper coin. But yeah, no, you can see it, there is still, oh, and it's beautiful, coming up just how I would want it to. There we go. You can see that. You can put it under a magnifying glass. There may be micro scratches, but there's certainly no visible damage to that coin. Same again with the 5p. And there it is. Pretty much how I remember them when they were first issued. Slightly matte, not full silver, but pretty impressive coin in its own right. Right, all that remains for me to do now is, you can see that's pretty grubby. It's made of cardboard. I don't really want to damage it, so I'm going to very quickly, with a little bit of light soap and water, twice rub it so as not to start flaking it away and dry it, and we'll have a look at it in a moment. Okay, so I've taken the wallet. I mean, you may well want to just put them into plastic capsules, but I'm just showing you this. I've cleaned the wallet, just taken off all the residual dust that was on the inside. I ran that very lightly under, I rubbed it with a cloth with salt and water on, and dried it off again with this kitchen roll, and stuck it on the radiator to make sure it's absolutely dry. And actually it doesn't look too bad. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but it looks okay. So now all we've got to do is return the coins to the folder. Okay, 10p, excuse fingers, I know you'll probably want to use gloves, but this is simply to show you the difference. They're not going anywhere. Okay, 2p, 1p. 1p looks like it could maybe do with a little bit more, but this is time expedient. We'll settle for it. As I say, it's in real time. So there we have it. That's what it now looks like on the front. Be nice to catch a little bit of sunlight on it, and the reverse. And they look very nice. So that's what they look like after 10 minutes work. Here's the starter set, so you can do a comparison. And remember, these, the ones that I've worked on, were in a much worse condition. So like for like, which would you prefer? I know which ones I would like to keep. As you can see, before and after, so to speak. Okay, and they go now back in the folder. Probably better putting them in capsules, to be fair. I'll work on those another time. So there it is, a demonstration of how to clean coins, if that's how the mood takes you. Thanks for watching.